Your cup is the trunks a little high here. The punches here are still good. Your trunks are okay here. Remember, guys, I want a clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. And remember, guys, I'm fair but firm. Touch him up.
One thing to note, Oscar De La Hoya did not look up to the sky where he always has in the past for his dearly departed deceased mother, but instead he looked right at Fernando Vargas tonight.
And he's had that look since he arrived earlier tonight. And he is ready to go, and here we go. 12 rounds of action from Mandalay Bay. Oscar De La Hoya and Fernando Vargas. Vargas in the white trunks, Oscar in the blue and red trunks. First round. Oscar comes out firing the jab.
And the question that will be among the early ones answered, who will dictate the style, who will dictate the tempo of this fight tonight?
Many people thought Vargas might come out and start throwing immediately because of all the pent-up anger he has toward this man, but it is Oscar who's going right to work. Good combination upstairs. Vargas has yet to throw a punch. There's one.
Vargas insisted, although he has a reputation as a brawler, that he is a smart, intelligent fighter, and he would fight De La Hoya intelligently tonight. The way that he fought Ike Corte, which was a beautifully executed fight plan by Vargas.
He just fired a big right hand and missed the chin of Oscar De La Hoya, who pushes him back a little bit. That could have been a devastating punch should Vargas be able to land it. Good combination from De La Hoya. He has been an aggressor in this round.
De La Hoya flashing the speed, so Vargas seeing it here now, and he'll try to time the punches of De La Hoya if he can.
De La Hoya cautious but yet effective with the jab. Up and down. Quadrupled up on that jab right there. Floyd Mayweather Sr. has been working with him on his right hand. But you can bet his left hand continues to be his most powerful punch. A lot of people don't know he is ambidextrous. He plays golf left-handed, so he can turn around and go the other way if he wants to, but he usually prefers not to. I'm interested to see what kind of different style. You know, we haven't seen this guy in a long time. 15 months since Oscar's been in the ring. That's a long time.
And it's a good clinical boxing round by De La Hoya so far. Vargas is just trying to break a sweat, just trying to get warmed up.
Vargas trying to counter there, and now he goes on the attack. Oscar's up against the rope.
He nearly goes through the ropes, and Vargas opens up.
He made a mistake there with his footwork and almost slipped out of the ring.
Look at that shoulder to De La Hoya.
Good left hand from Vargas. De La Hoya's in a bit of trouble right here in the first round. A little bit stiff, and Vargas is on him throwing punches. There's another left hand to the head of Oscar De La Hoya. Good right. De La Hoya is just taking punches, and then he gives a sort of a grin. He's looking around. Very awkward moment on the ropes over there when Oscar Sr. loses footing. He almost fell out into the celebrities.
Well, things were going along just swimmingly for De La Hoya, who is reddening along the right side of his face.
He's making himself an easy target, it would appear, at this point. And Vargas trying to, De La Hoya coming back toward the end of the round there, and now
De La Hoya seemed to be very comfortable, and then all of a sudden, he got caught up along the ropes, and that's when Vargas took over the round. Vargas pouring it on at this point, and Vargas controlled the round the rest of the way. And he reddened the right side of the face of De La Hoya with a left hook. You can see a little bit of the partial reddening of it there, and by the end of the round, it had started getting pretty bad.
De La Hoya got a little awkward over there, Rich. I don't know what was going on. He was going along, fighting the fight, and the jabs, and all of a sudden he drops his gloves, and he starts tripping along the ropes, and he pays a price. This thing is on, Rich. Round 2 scheduled for 12. Fernando may have won that first round with that flurry along the ropes. Floyd Mayweather Sr. wanting Oscar De La Hoya to go back to his jab. He said he let Fernando back in it in that round. We'll see if there's any effects from that redness along the cheek. It shouldn't be much problem. It's not a cut. It's just more or less a little bruise. Vargas doing a very good job of counterpunching.
First 2 minutes of the round, I thought De La Hoya had an easy time of it. And then suddenly, Vargas came on.
It's like he got crossed up or something over there in the ropes, and then as he was struggling to get out of the ropes, he got caught.
And Oscar seemed a little tight to me and trying to kind of get going again at the end of the round.
He seems tight because he's trying something that I haven't seen him do. And maybe all these new styles and Floyd and everything else, he seems to be trying to work on the jab and sticking and moving and more of a classic boxing style. Both fighters pretty equal in power at this point. Vargas leading with the left. That was close inside. Both chins were exposed. You just have to kind of sit here and hold your breath a little bit to see what happens, to tell you the truth.
Well, I think Oscar De La Hoya is a little cautious here, trying to get his jab going, and now he starts to find his rhythm a little bit. Yeah,
he's a little tight, especially the last part of that last round. Both fighters appear to be in great shape. Vargas also working the jab effectively.
Vargas has not, as so many people suspected, just run across the ring and tried to brawl it out with De La Hoya.
He's a powerful puncher. Oscar's felt those punches. No, he's been more cautious than most people maybe thought he was going to be.
The jab of De La Hoya is effective.
I don't know why he abandoned it in the last minute of the first round.
But he has not yet followed it up with any kind of rights of any significance.
Under 30 seconds left in round 2, and Fernando goes on the attack, and Oscar sidesteps. All the way across the ring. Now Fernando trying to apply the pressure.
Vargas missing a lot of punches here.
Reminding me a lot of Trinidad tried to stalk Oscar down in that fight. Now we're getting into a little bit of a shoving match. Joe Cortez did appreciate it. It could get ugly.
That won't be the last time.
Oscar De La Hoya, and you can hear what Rich Murata was talking about, getting in a rhythm and using his jab. A very even fight so far, and a very entertaining one to say the least. Here comes Fernando. Fernando got a little shoving match toward the end of the last round. Now Oscar's going to open up a little bit.
I'm sure it's hard for these guys to resist.
I think it's going to get into that. I really do. We're not playing patty cake tonight, Rich Murata.
No, but at least so far they've conducted themselves like sportsmen in there. There was no ridiculous antics before the fight, in the ring, and they've basically fought a clean fight with the exception of that one shove at the end of the second round.
You'd see a little blood from the nose of Oscar De La Hoya. But there's no swelling, it's just a red spot when he got caught up in the ropes in the first round.
Now you remember when De La Hoya fought Trinidad, and he boxed in that fight, but he boxed with a lot of movement in that fight.
Yeah.
He is boxing here tonight, Alan, but not with a lot of movement. He's not running around the ring, he's not real mobile, he's not...
They just clashed heads.
What he's trying to do is stand right in front of Vargas, basically, and make Vargas miss. And he feels he can do that with the new defensive techniques that Floyd Mayweather has taught him.
He's holding that left hand pretty low. Maybe he's trying to invite Vargas in. Tries an uppercut there that misses. And you have to wonder about some of his punching accuracy after not being in the ring for 15 months. And certainly that is a factor. It has been in his career in the past, punching accuracy. But I think they're it's in the third round now, about halfway through, and I think they're about to get each fighter in the rhythm. Fernando Vargas is very poised, I'll have to say that, Rich.
Yes, he's fighting a very controlled fight. No real show of emotion with the exception of that little sneer they had for each other at the end of the second round.
Vargas is trying to land the power punches and missing badly. Oscar's still coming back with that jab. If Oscar gets into some kind of rhythm here, he can take over this round.
He is often throwing jab first to the body, then bringing it up to the head. That's a strong punch.
Big right hand just hurt Oscar. Oscar's hurt in the third round. Vargas trying to finish him off, trying to land big punches. Overhand right from Vargas as he continues to press. There's a left hand, a straight left to the face of Oscar De La Hoya. De La Hoya trying to gather himself with 27 seconds left in round 3. Oscar suffers a big punch. Now he's trying to fight back on the jab.
Yeah, that's what he's depending on. It looks almost like De La Hoya is hoping to win this fight with the jab alone. That won't be enough, I don't think, Alan.
No, it won't. And remember I told you his right, he was holding his left hand down pretty low. He got caught with the right over the top.
I have Fernando Vargas ahead 29-28 at the end of 3 rounds.
We are entering round 4 of a scheduled 12-rounder. Vargas landing a power shot. Last round, crowd reacting to a good jab from Oscar De La Hoya. But the jab's not going to be enough in this fight. Good power shot from Fernando Vargas. Oscar countering now. Vargas looks very quick in this fight, Rich.
Yes, and strong too, and he is probably the strongest fighter that Oscar has ever faced. Remember, Oscar De La Hoya has been coming up consistently in weight classes. 130, 135, 40, 47, now 54. Fernando Vargas has been here the whole time, 54.
Exactly. Excellent point. Excellent point. Some people question whether Oscar had the power at 54 that he had at 47. This is the Fernando's weight. You could actually see his ribs on the back through his back. He's so lean and mean for this fight. Vargas pressing straight ahead. De La Hoya continues to flip the jab. Very, very competitive fight. We're in round 4. Fernando Vargas in the white trunks, Oscar De La Hoya in the red and blue trunks.
De La Hoya very cautious here, reluctant to let that right hand go. He's throwing a lot of left jabs and they are effective for him, especially that particular double jab which is throwing body and head. But where's the right hand, Alan?
I don't know, but he's throwing that jab from down off his hip. I think when he's tried to fire the right hand, he's been countered. Nice uppercut inside. Fernando felt that. Good body shot from Oscar.
That one may have hurt Fernando a little bit. He took a couple of
good right hand. Now Oscar's starting to tee off. Woo, we got a fight.
It's not quiet in here anymore.
No. Very accurate punches there from Oscar. He just took a left hand as Fernando decides to throw a jab. Kind of getting into a rhythm here.
He is with his left, but where's the right? He's not throwing it with any conviction. He's showing it once in a while, kind of waving at it for Fernando Vargas, but not throwing it.
"20 seconds left, round 4 scheduled for 12. It's been a very high intensity fight.
Vargas is putting relentless pressure on.
That's what he wants to do. Pretty good right hand that snuck in there, Rick.
And that was almost the first one of the round.
Well, he really listens to Floyd Sr. I mean, he seems to want to follow. He trusts him completely. I've never seen that in Oscar's corner. Oscar would sit there with other trainers and just sort of ignore him. But he is really trying to stick to some sort of game plan. I think it got him in trouble in the first round. Now Vargas comes back with the left, and Vargas is pressing the attack.
Yeah, he's ripping left hooks.
Oscar counters. It's going to get busy here in round 5.
What we're seeing here tonight is exactly what boxing needs. 2 great champions, 2 in their prime, 2 promotional companies coming together, top rank and main events, to put on something like this. And you see the result.
Good right hand once again from Vargas, who's really pressing the action, but gets backed up off the jab of De La Hoya. De La Hoya is going to have to fire the right. There's a right. They're really swapping here. It's going to be a matter of attrition.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. I'm wondering who's going to wear down here. And the style that Vargas has showed often has the ability to wear down an opponent. That constant, relentless pressure in your face all the time has a very wearying and fatiguing effect on an opponent.
Vargas came prepared for this fight. Great physical condition. I see some of Mayweather Jr. in the way Oscar's holding his hands. We're seeing a little more blood from the nose of Oscar De La Hoya now.
He's the only one marked so far in the fight. And now Vargas is bouncing back this round.
Vargas is unloaded now over in the corner. Oscar manages to step out of it. Well, he's going to have to be in great shape to keep this kind of pressure up. We're just in the 5th round out of 12.
Well, if nothing else, he's in great shape.
He's in great shape. De La Hoya a little more marked up. Now he's hopping out of harm's way. 45 seconds left, round 5. It's been Vargas this round with more pressure.
The two are making millions tonight, but they're earning them.
De La Hoya seems to circle a little bit more as Vargas is going to stand right there. Good right hand from Vargas once again. Those are taking a toll, Rich.
De La Hoya not fighting back right
now.
He's
on the ropes. Now he's on the ropes. Vargas continues to throw. Oscar's standing there taking it. Oscar's not throwing anything.
Vargas senses something here, and De La Hoya beginning to look a little bit jaded in there. Take a look at that face.
There's a lot of blood coming out of his nose just now.
Through 5 rounds, I have Fernando Vargas ahead by a point going to round 6.
Well, he certainly appeared to take that last round, and here we go to round 6, scheduled for 12. Mayweather trying to get his fighter to slow down Vargas a little bit, take some starch out of him, as it were. De La Hoya in the blue and red trunks, Vargas in the white. I think De La Hoya's marked up a little bit. I think his nose is hurting him a little bit because he's been popped in there pretty good.
He needs to get that jab to work again.
That's his best, most effective weapon, would be the jab to slow down the attack of ferocious Fernando Vargas. Been a very, very good competitive fight so far. Vargas is gaining confidence, I can see, as he goes along here, Rich.
There was a newspaper poll in the local Las Vegas newspaper here today in which media members were polled. 20 picked De La Hoya to win. Only 1 picked Vargas to win. I wonder if you re-polled those same 21 now, what the score would be.
Be a little bit different. We're in round 6, nearing the halfway point of round 6. Fernando Vargas has slowed down a little bit in this round. He has a tendency in this fight to come on in the last minute, though. Oscar definitely in a defensive posture with this man right now.
Well, and if he's going to be, then he should be jabbing. If he's going to move, he needs to jab.
Good jab right there.
Tripled up on it.
Now he's moving up on his toes a little bit.
That's more reminiscent of the Trinidad fight. That's how he befuddled Trinidad for most of the first 8 rounds. Good boxing exhibition by De La Hoya here.
Now I see some blood on Fernando Vargas's right side, his right cheek above the cheekbone. I don't know if that's from Oscar or maybe he's opened up a little cut there.
I don't think so. I think he's at least bruised under that eye. And De La Hoya is boxing a brilliant round.
His best round so far, 25 seconds left. De La Hoya doing the things he needs to do to counter the power of Fernando Vargas that he showed in the 5th round.
Now Vargas is busted open underneath the right eye, it looks like. Starting to bleed pretty heavily.
And that tells you what effective that jab has been. It's been a beautiful jab. He's busted open really well now. There's a big cut.
Clinic by De La Hoya in that round. He landed a... There was Vargas's 2 big punches right at the end of the round. 2 left hooks, but De La Hoya with the punch right after the round. Vargas sneering at him. Until those 2 punches, though, by Vargas at the end of the round, I thought De La Hoya had a big round.
I think what he's doing is it's a heck of a thing to ask a guy to keep up that kind of pace. If Oscar could keep up that kind of style and that pace, you're going to see Vargas getting a little winded in this thing. You're already beginning to see it now. In that round, I thought Oscar started gaining some confidence, but I would dare say, a guess, and only a guess, this fight's probably dead even.
That is how I have it at this point, a dead even fight.
Here we go, round 7.
Alternating rounds, basically.
Round 7 from Mandalay Bay. We'll see if now Vargas can counter like he did in the 5th round when he started putting under pressure. De La Hoya seemed to be gaining more confidence in his boxing, and I could only guess that maybe the touching heads. Joe Cortez warns him against the headbutts. Try to keep it out of there because we don't want to have this fight stopped on a headbutt, Rich. I just had a sense that Oscar, after not fighting for 15 months, is finally in the 7th round or 6th round, maybe starting to get his legs a little bit more.
Well, we felt that the layoff would affect him more than it would Vargas, who was off about a year, due to the fact that he depends more on being really precise and sharp in the ring, De La Hoya. Swelling under the right eye now of Vargas. Looks like that swelling is going to push up underneath the right eye. And De La Hoya working on it with the jab.
De La Hoya fighting a nice round here, up on his toes, trying to put on a little bit of a show. Now we got a little showmanship going on. Both fighters are into it.
Absolutely gamesmanship. There you see the blood, though, coming out of that cut. The cut, though, is not dripping into the eye. Remember, it's going to look bad, but it's not dripping into the eye to inhibit vision. What might inhibit his vision is the quick swelling underneath the eye of Vargas.
Vargas just landed a pretty good right there, but Oscar was able. Oscar's got, you know, I can see the work that Mayweather's done with him. His defensive skills, in my opinion, are definitely better, Rich. Just wish he could get more of the right hand in if that's part of his technique. We could see what that could do.
Hasn't used it a lot tonight, but his jab has been a thing of beauty.
That little cut's beginning to be more and more of a problem under the left eye.
Funny, they're both bruised in about the exact same spot.
Yeah. So that's the kind of fight it's been. Crowd getting a little raucous here. And you know Vargas, with 1 minute in the round, as I said, has been his pattern. Might get a little more busy. Good punch inside. Now Oscar throws a right and comes back with a counter. And Vargas says, bring it on. Blood in the mouth of Oscar De La Hoya. Good right hand over the top, but Vargas takes it.
Vargas needs to be careful because De La Hoya is beginning to dominate here.
Oscar's opened himself up to a lot of punches too. He's got his hand. I've never seen him hold his hand down there like that.
Yeah, but he's confusing Vargas as to where he's going to throw the jab to with his hand down there, Alan. He's throwing it to the body sometimes, to the head sometimes, and Vargas doesn't know where it's going.
20 seconds left, round 7. And that's what Mayweather told him. Give him different looks. Don't let him know where it's coming from. And Vargas, the last 2 rounds, has not been able to do what he'd like to do. Oscar looking much better, Rich.
Yeah. There's De La Hoya really beginning to get that jab working to some good effect. And now the two of them, here's the gamesmanship part. The both of them showboating a little bit. Nice left by De La Hoya. On the move, too, Alan. Strong right hand by Oscar.
If that one had connected on the chin, would have been goodbye.
And Vargas not answering.
Let's go, guys. Let's go, Joe. Joe, let's go.
They told Vargas, don't just stand in the middle of the ring.
If Oscar has turned this fight around in his favor, it is because of his superior boxing skills in the ring. And we'll see. We're getting to the business end of this fight, Rich Murata. 8th round. We'll see if it goes 12, but this is when they separate the men from the boys from the other boxers. It's starting to get to be serious business. Fernando still in the middle. Good right hand from Oscar. That's what you've been calling for. Another good right hand. The crowd really reacted.
First time he showed him like that. Back-to-back rights. Following the jab. De La Hoya definitely in the rhythm. And this is a very dangerous time for Vargas because, as I mentioned in the last round, De La Hoya beginning to dominate. Vargas has got to put something on him to get De La Hoya out of that rhythm.
De La Hoya flashing the jab and faking another right hand dead on the cheekbone. The right hand has come to life in round 8 as long as De La Hoya doesn't do anything dumb. He almost slipped up right there. Punch, little punch south at the border there from Vargas. Crowd starting to chant Vargas, Vargas.
And the Vargas fans who are large in number here trying to encourage the man who may need a little encouraging right now.
Well, whatever ring rust Oscar had the first 4 rounds is gone. We have him winning the last 2 rounds. Vargas not good. There he is out front where he can be hit. Rich, he could be hit right there in the middle of the ring if he stays there. Look at the confidence growing in Oscar De La Hoya.
And what you don't see is the relentless pressure from Vargas anymore. Look at Vargas backing off a little or a little side-to-side movement, not coming forward. He was the man initiating all the action. He was coming forward. Look at it now.
De La Hoya showing tremendous boxing skills in this last 3 rounds.
Vargas looks worried to me.
Good body punches, good combinations. Vargas looking for a spot to unload. De La Hoya comes back with a right hand. Vargas trying to counter. Good right hand for De La Hoya.
De La Hoya can't get reckless, however. He's in complete control right here, but he cannot get reckless.
It would be a dumb thing to do. He has a tendency to do that sometimes.
Remember Vargas and everything he said about I'd rather die in that ring than lose to De La Hoya. It's either win or die trying. I mean, he's going to go with every ounce that he has. And if De La Hoya gets reckless, it could be trouble. But he's had a very good breaking down of Fernando Vargas in the last 3 rounds.
30 seconds left, round 8. Blood streaming from the cheekbone of Fernando Vargas, who looks a little bit confused and dazed at points in this round. Not as strong, as effective as he was in round 5. From then on, it's been all De La Hoya. Final seconds, round 8. What a great display of boxing skills from Oscar De La Hoya in this round. De La Hoya's taking charge. De La Hoya's taking charge.
Yep, he's in command. It's all Oscar De La Hoya now.
This thing is far from over, Rich Murata. We're going to the 9th round. I think this is a long way from over. There's going to be some fireworks. We'll see if Vargas can turn it around in this round. We'll see if Oscar is in good enough shape to hold off a man who's in the best shape of his life, Fernando Vargas from Oxnard, California. His whole life he's trained for this. There's that right hand. He's chopping away at him. Not even Trinidad could do this to Vargas with the combinations. Trinidad knocked him around 5 times, knocked him down, but he didn't face this kind of jab with the combination. Now Oscar covering up.
This is what Vargas needs. De La Hoya giving him a little opening here, a little window of opportunity, and Vargas beginning to put some pressure on, and that's what he's got to do.
Not the same Oscar so far in round 9. Flicking the jab. You think he maybe needs to try to take a round off? Is that what he's doing?
I don't suspect that's what he would do.
That's not smart. He's standing there covered up and letting Vargas throw the right hand again and again and again. Vargas trying to unload and Oscar just taking it.
Scintillating fight.
An excellent fight. That's a good right hand.
A chopping right by De La Hoya.
Those are taking effect, but when he goes to that cover-up position, to me it hasn't worked unless he's trying to get Vargas winded or tired. But I don't think it's going to happen.
De La Hoya's lost his rhythm in this round. Look at he's not up, he's not jabbing, he's not bouncing around. He's completely lost his rhythm.
Well, halfway through the 9th round, and it's turned around in Vargas' favor here. Vargas, this is what we saw back in the 5th round from Vargas. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Pushing Oscar into the ropes. Backing him up. Oscar not countering. Now Oscar back up on his toes, but he's not throwing the jab like he was. He lead right hand. Combination. Oscar looked a little tired.
I thought De La Hoya had taken complete command, and Vargas is surprising me in this round. It means too much to Fernando for him to just roll over, though.
He's not going to. That's what he needs to do. Oscar needs to come back with that jab. It's been so effective. He keeps him back. He's coming down to conditioning here. Oscar takes a hard body punch. That punch that counter from Oscar hurt. There's the jab, throwing the right hand. Chopping right hands. Vargas trying to find an opening, any opening to the body so he can throw his big punches. Oscar not letting him get off the big punch. There's a spot where Oscar doesn't want to be in the corner as he jabs his way out of the corner. That's what he's got to do, turn around and jab his way out.
But he has gotten out of his game plan in this round.
13 seconds left in round 9. Be interesting to see what Mayweather says to Oscar at the end of this round. More blood for Fernando Vargas. Oscar throwing punches, final 10 seconds.
Last 30 seconds were better for De La Hoya, but was it enough to win the round? I don't think so.
Well, that's why I was saying the whole 9th round, he doesn't need to be laying on the ropes. Here we go, 10th round, scheduled for 12 from Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. What a fight it has been. Oscar De La Hoya and Fernando Vargas. Vargas putting the pressure on in round 9 as we head into the later rounds. Who has the most stamina? Who can make it? Vargas said he would rather die than lose to De La Hoya. De La Hoya flicking the jab, doing what he has to do. Mayweather employing his fighter to beat him from the outside. He doesn't need to be on the ropes.
De La Hoya looking to get that rhythm back. When he has his rhythm, he pops up on his toes and he pops that jab. A double, triple jab with it. He's looking for it. He lost it completely in that last round.
De La Hoya having trouble breathing. His nose has been tagged, and we've seen it dripping the entire fight just about, so he's breathing through his mouth.
It's back to relentless pressure for Vargas.
Vargas keeps coming across.
But he can't get wild.
10th round. What a fight it has been. De La Hoya continues to throw the jab at Vargas. Vargas looking to land a big punch.
Neither man able to take control of this round so far.
Left hook by De La Hoya as he cocked that right hand and didn't throw it. He thought better of it.
It's a nice left hook counter by De La Hoya. I thought he'd had more success with that here tonight.
Vargas continues to apply the pressure with the footwork, but he's not quite able to apply the pressure with the punches. De La Hoya will make a stand somewhere on the outside and try to keep flicking that jab. Vargas' jab is non-existent.
I think this round's still up for grabs with a minute to go here.
1 minute to go in the round 10, scheduled for 12. We'll see who can keep up the pressure.
And I would have to think, Alan, this is a very close fight, and so I think this is a very important minute here.
Exactly. I think this is the most crucial minute of the fight we're watching right now, folks. De La Hoya, blood's dripping from his nose, having trouble breathing. It's been a problem throughout the fight. Vargas swelling under his right eye. They've been able to keep it under check. De La Hoya really pouring blood now from his nose. Vargas keeps up that pressure. Keeps up that pressure. Good counter from De La Hoya. 30 seconds, under 30 seconds left. I don't think anyone's taking control of this round.
And that's scraped right over that cut again. That left hook by De La Hoya.
Good right hand from De La Hoya. Blood pouring out of his nose. Good combination. Inside, he staggered Vargas. He staggered him with his quickness and with a big power punch in the final seconds. Wow.
Let's see what happened. It was that left hook. A little inside left hook from De La Hoya. There it is. And Fernando, the pain on his face, and his legs betray him as he staggers back. And Vargas perhaps wearying now from this pitched battle. Finally showing the effects of a single punch. In this case, a left hook landed by De La Hoya.
We've got 2 rounds to go.
I don't think the judges will score that a 10-8 round, however.
No, they won't. It happened at the end. I don't think they will either. I think this thing's still up for grabs. Vargas certainly has his attention piqued by what just happened. De La Hoya with the quickness. His quickness has been a big factor, especially in that exchange.
Floyd Mayweather was telling him, well, you know where you got him now. Which I thought was basically telling him you can take him out.
We'll see. We'll see how Vargas bounces back. Sometimes a little sit on the stool brings you right back. De La Hoya cannot afford to be too cautious.
It's been an exquisite fight, though.
It's been an excellent fight. Both guys showed tremendous heart. They came to do business. They gave the people what they paid for. But we got a long way to go. Round 11 of a scheduled 12.
I can't believe De La Hoya's not jumping right on him.
De La Hoya seems to be holding back for some reason.
Oscar had him close to knocked out in the last round, and he's not jumping on him.
I think Vargas is more cautious than ever. More cautious than any round. In round 11 here, now he's cautious. There it is! There it is! Vargas is down! Vargas is down and stunned!
Joel De La Hoya, the brother of Oscar, jumped up on the ring apron. He could get Oscar De La Hoya disqualified. The commission told him to get down.
Dumb move in the corner, but Oscar trying to finish up now. Round 11. He put Vargas down. He almost put him down at the end of round 10. No time to be careless. He's got him going backwards. De La Hoya's got him going backwards. Now he's got Vargas in the corner, throwing punches. And Joe Cortez ends the fight. Joe Cortez has ended the fight. He didn't want to see Vargas take any more punishment in the corner.
It is deafening in here. Listen to this roar.
The best of De La Hoya.
Absolutely, and I think what we have just seen, finally, at long last, is Oscar De La Hoya's defining fight.
The best of De La Hoya.
Really a brilliant performance in the end. There you see the first knockdown. Down goes Vargas, and I mean, he went down hard. Flat on his back.
It's that left.
The left hand, which he really turned over. Very short, just beautifully, crisply thrown. Turned it over as he was throwing it. Nicely done. I mean, and then De La Hoya went after it. And this is what he was dreaming of.
Oh, he just put a pounding on him in the corner, Rich. And I think Joe Cortez did the right thing.
No one can argue with that stoppage of the fight.
No doubt.
A magnificent performance by Oscar De La Hoya. A gallant performance by Fernando Vargas in defeat.
Here at the Mandalay Bay, before we announce the official time, a round of applause for two great champions that came here to face each other tonight, Fernando Vargas and Oscar De La Hoya. The end comes at 48 seconds of round number 11. The winner by knockout victory, and now the unified champion from East LA, the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya.
Very exciting. We saw fireworks in the ring and outside the ring.
The point I was going to make, Oscar put it all together, and I think when you lose decisions like he did to Trinidad, he doesn't want that to happen again, especially in a close fight. We're standing by for an interview with Larry Merchant and Oscar De La Hoya. What a fight this was.
All right, let's take a look at that first knockdown once again. Two at long range. De La Hoya steps in and then turns over a short left hook. Beautifully thrown technique-wise by De La Hoya. Decking Fernando Vargas. And then De La Hoya just brought it. I mean, he
knew when to say when, didn't he?
Unlike the Felix Trinidad fight when he had it wrapped up, he did not step back. He did not shut it down. He turned it up.
That's what he's learned he has to do.
He was really hurting Fernando Vargas in there. And I think Joe Cortez gave Vargas every chance to answer back there and just saw that Vargas could not take it anymore. And Fernando now has left the ring. He will not be interviewed. He's going back to his locker room. He is weary. He is beaten down. He is cut. He is battered. And he is defeated.
He doesn't look so good. Let's go to Larry Merchant.
Congratulations, Oscar. Did you think it was going to come to a knockout ending, or did it look like it was going to best be in a very intense boxing match as it moved along?
I did feel his conditioning was wearing down a bit, and I know my conditioning is great. I felt really good, but I should have moved my head a little more, not more jabs. He was wide open for the jab, but it's a learning process.
Well, you've learned pretty well over the years, and you're never quite satisfied, even with, how does this rank among your greatest victories?
It's got to rank up there. I mean, Fernando Vargas is no pushover. He's a strong puncher, but I knew I was faster. I knew I had more speed, so I can utilize my quickness and eventually catch him in the later rounds.
He got you on the ropes several times. Was that distracting to you? Did you believe that he was too strong for you in there? Did you have to make adjustments?
At first, I thought he was too strong for me, but when I was rolling and he was missing, I knew he was gonna get tired in the later rounds. That's what it does. Remember the fight I told you, no sweat bread against Mayweather? He got him tired. He was like that, getting him tired, and in the later rounds, knocked him out.
When did you see him getting tired?
I believe like in the 7th, even the 6th, 7th round, somewhere around there. I felt he was wearing down.
What did the blood mean to you to see him bloody like that? What is that message that sends to a fighter?
I'm sorry to say, but I know it sounds brutal, but when I see blood, I want more. That's just the way it is.
How satisfying is this simply on a personal level after being taunted and goaded for so many years by him?
Oh, it feels great because all the talk he was saying, I just got fed up with it. I wasn't going to fight him, but he got under my skin, so I told everybody inside the ring, my fists are going to do the talking.
What keeps Oscar De La Hoya going? You've got all the money in the world. You're married to a lovely woman. You've had so much success. Why do you keep doing this?
Well, in boxing, Larry, first of all, it's my whole team. Mayweather, Little Joe, my brother, Bob Arum, especially my wife. My wife motivated me. Although she was there with me for about a month and a half up in camp, the team, sometimes feel, well, we don't want women there, this and that. But my wife is different. She pushes me. Every time I leave that room to go train, she tells me, you better train hard or don't come back. All right, I'll train hard.
All right, let's take a look at the 11th round, and you decide, you tell us what was going on.
Left hook right here. I was just waiting for his jab. He was starting to throw a solid jab, but I knew that if I feinted him and I threw the left hook. We were always working on that. And if I had a chance to throw the right hand, I would throw it. I was working on the body, just trying to stop him here, basically.
This looks like the end of the Corte fight.
Well, as you can see, I'm keeping my composure now. I'm not throwing wild punches. I'm keeping my composure and kind of seeing what I have opened. And I can pick my shots and really connect right there.
Did he say anything to you during the fight?
No, he just left. I thought he was going to shake my hand or something, but he just left. It's okay, no problem.
Do you feel sort of like you beat up a kid? Because the first time you laid eyes on him, he was a kid.
Oh, you know what? I never disrespect any fighter, because any fighter who steps inside this ring, I respect a lot because it's a tough sport. But he talked a lot of stuff about me, and I didn't like that. So I had to show him a lesson.
How long do you want to keep going on?
Until I know I can secure my legacy in boxing. That's fighting Shane Mosley. That's fighting Trinidad if he comes back. If he comes back. If he doesn't, I respect that. But fighting the best. You have to fight the best to be the best. And with Mayweather in my corner and on my team, man, I'm going straight to the top.
You told me yesterday that you thought perhaps that Trinidad's retirement was a negotiating ploy to get a better deal in a rematch. Is that what you believe?
Well, who knows? Who knows? Because a fighter wants to be with his family. A fighter, after accomplishing so much in the ring the way Trinidad did, he wants to be with his family and take some time off. Maybe when he rests enough, he'll decide to come back. Who knows? But like I said before, if he retires, I respect it.
So you're looking forward to fighting Shane Mosley and trying to avenge that defeat sometimes early next year?
Well, I have to. In order to become a great champion, I have to beat the guys who beat me. And Shane Mosley is a great fighter. Even though he lost twice already to Vernon, he's still a great fighter. He still has a talent. But I'm looking to fight the best. Even Winky Wright is saying, well, I don't want to fight him, this and that. Hey, if it presents itself, because I've never ducked nobody. If he presents himself, then hey, why not fight him?
What farewell message would you send to Fernando Vargas?
I'm not a lightweight. I'm not a 130-pound puncher anymore. I have a punch, and a lot of people are surprised when they come in the ring with me. They don't think I'm fast enough. They don't think I'm strong enough. Maybe they think I'm still that little puppy I told you about 8 years ago, Larry. But I can pack a punch, that's for sure, and people have to respect that, hopefully.
They will.
One more thing. Independencia Mexicana, viva todos los mexicanos por esta victoria, es para ustedes. East LA, a toda mi gente, mi familia, Mili, te amo. ¡Mua! Un besote.
Thank you very much.
Big Bear.